Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got some mostly trout fishing stuff to show you today. This is a new Temu haul I got. I'm getting ready for, I don't want to call it trout season because there's no season in my state. However, this time of year, the DNR starts stocking our streams with trout. We've got native brook trout here, and then they stock gold trout, brown trout, tiger trout, which is a hybrid. What's it? Gold trout, rainbow trout, brown trout. Yeah, I think that's most of it. They stock it, so it's that time of year. I ordered some new stuff off Temu, and I want to show you guys. Now, not all this is trout stuff. Some of this is going to be smallmouth. Some of this is going to be for bigger fish. But I've got a couple reels I want to show you guys that I specifically did get for trout fishing. So let's start with the reels first. I'm going to show you. So here's the first one I picked up. Now, the rod is not from Temu. This was an extra rod I had laying around. I can't remember. I bought the rod. I think I broke the tip off this one. So I took the reel and put it on something else. I fixed the tip and I bought this. So the string we have on here, it's 6-pound braid. And I'll let you see. I've had some pretty decent luck with Temu reels. The rods have been kind of hit or miss. The reels have been more hit than miss. This one is like a 1500, I think. 1500 series. No, this is a 500 series. So this was an ultralight. So I specifically got this one. This is going to be one that I'm just going to throw in my truck and keep in there all the time. So that way if I'm out and about, not planning on going trout fishing, but I see something, then I can, use this. The next one, and this is the one I'm really excited about, but I haven't decided on what rod I'm going to put it on yet. I have an expandable rod that I bought on Temu that this one may go on. It retracts down to about this big, but this one is maybe going to go on that one. I'm just not 100% sure. So this one is a 1500 series knife. It's got the dual spinners here. And you look, that sounds great. I mean, it's a great reel. I think it's going to be a great reel. We'll see how it stands up. As long as everything, stays together. The biggest thing that I can find on reels that go bad is like down in here, they'll go bad and strip out. Or I've had reels before where this come loose, lose the pin or lose the handle when you're carrying them in and out of the woods. So I think this is going to be a pretty good one. Obviously, I showed you guys the string. I will try to put a link down in the description for everything. If I can still find it. Some of the times when I buy stuff on Temu, it goes out of stock really quick. But as long as I find it, I'll put a link down in the description. I do make a commission if you use my links. You're not required to, obviously. But if you do decide to use my links, I do make a little bit of affiliate money that I turn right back around and buy gear to show you guys. So let's get into the lures. So when I bought this, I thought that this might be something. It's small enough. I could probably use it for panfish, smallmouth, and maybe even some overly aggressive trout. I'm not real sure. I've never had real good luck catching trout on a lure. Most of the time I catch trout on like a power bait and a hook or salmon eggs and a hook. But we may try to use this on some bigger trout. Here is another crankbait. Growing up, we always called this type Rapala, right? Rapala's a brand though. So these are just a crankbait or a jerkbait. These are more like a jerkbait. What I think of a crankbait is the big round, like oval or egg-shaped one. Here are some paddle tails. Now I'm going to tell you, I bought some paddle tails off Temu last year. They were they come in a bunch of different colors. They were solid green, solid white, solid pink. The first time I took them out, I caught like 3 or 4 smallmouth on the creek near my barn. So these small paddle tails work great for smallmouth. Let me show you some of the bigger ones. Now this one is actually shaped and colored like a trout. I don't believe I'm going to catch any trout with this. Specifically, when I looked at these, I was looking at something like a walleye or a muskie or maybe even some bass is what my thought was with this. There's places where they stock trout where there are walleye. So I was thinking this would be a good bait for those type of fish. And then of course, this one right here would be for like largemouth bass or muskie. That was my thought when I purchased this one. Let's see. This one is, what is this one? I think this one is a I think this is a lipless crankbait. Yeah. So I just really, really like that collar. Now, I've had some people tell me that it's a good idea, that they've had really, really good luck with Temu baits, but they've had some issues with like the hooks. So some guys have told me they've replaced the hooks. I've not run into that yet, but again, most of the stuff I've used has not been treble hooks. I've been using things like jig heads with a single hook, and I've had no problem catching fish with them, and they didn't break or anything like that. So I cannot say that I've had those problems, but in some of my comments on the videos, I've seen those type of comments. I think they said something about the snap ring and the hooks, but I just thought this was a great looking collar. And I don't have a whole lot of lipless crankbaits. I've got a couple, but not a whole lot of them. I just never really used them growing up. And you hear it does have the rattle in it to make a lot of noise. And I think this will be great for smallmouth. All right, so the next one we got here, this is just another, I think this is another lipless crankbait. Yeah, so this is a lipless crankbait. That silver collar, I was thinking it would look like a creek, you know, like a creek minnow or a shad is my thought. And I think this will be good for bass. And we've just got a couple more here. So this is like a wiggler worm. Let me see if I can open this to show you guys. So these I thought would be good for trout. They've got sections in them there, so you'd think it would have a lot of good movement in the water. So you would just take like a really small hook or like a little tiny, I would probably fish this with like a hook without a sinker, or, you know, without not a jig head, just a hook, and then put a little split shot up above it. Is probably how I would fish this, or maybe even just weightless and just put a hook on it and throw it out there. But I bought these for panfish and for trout. We've got these, what are these? Oh, they're like dive grubs. So the way these work is you put a jig head on them, and you put them, you know, as the jig head goes down, these little feet kick back and forth, and the bass really nail those things. And then the last thing is just some of the, oh, well, no, I don't have them upside down. I'm not going to pull these out. These are just like a swim bait, you know, a paddle tail, but they've got a spoon on the bottom. Obviously, a single hook up top, a treble hook on the bottom, and you've got your eyelet there to tie them on with. So you guys tell me, of all these baits, what do you think I'm going to have my best luck with? I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, the best luck I'm probably going to have is probably with one of these two jerk baits, or more than likely, actually, probably the paddle tails. This is probably what I'm going to catch the most fish with. If I can get some aggressive trout, you know, they may get on this thinking there's like a nymph fly larva or something like that. But I think that's probably what I'm going to have my best luck with. You guys let me know what you think. Is this something you'd pick up? Like I said, I'll try to put some links down in the description. Even if you don't find these, or if I don't find these to put in the description, I'll put my promo code down there. You can get up to 30% off your order if you use my promo code. Just when you go to checkout, there's a place you can put your promo code in there. My promo code is INC18071. I'll link it down in the description. If you made it this far in the video, I'd appreciate if you guys hit that like button. If you're watching my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, it would do a huge, huge deal for my channel if you hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.